It's a little bit of a gamble if this location ends up being hostile to us, but I want to maximize our chance of getting this bonus on a bunch of our cards. This is still worth it for us, unfortunately. I think this is right. I guess they're rocketing Groot's a wild card here as well. Them punting the right is good for us. We've seen everything to live on the left. Panda Sushi, thank you for the 17 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. We're winning even if this Red Guardian dies, yeah? Because of his trigger. Alright, I mean, that was a 15 power Captain Carter to start. Not terrible. Oh, wait, I forgot to check. Am I using my Carter variant? I am not. Forgot we opened her yesterday. It is a really good... I honestly think I like the 700 gold variant more than this. He's the best one. I was very happy to get it for free 99. Yeah, I got a lot of good forwards in my deck. We'll play these out. Thanks for the entire year. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Welcome back. Do I want to put her into here, or do I want to be able to Galacta her? That's kind of close. Wait, they didn't play their arrows into Lycalis? Well, that makes that decision easier, I suppose. I think I'm staying. They're snapping because they're keeping me. I guess this could be they could have like a blue marble for the Onslaught Citadel, I suppose. Just Khazar. All right, I think that's fine for us.
Clear for takeoff.
How big am I going to be here? This will be 7. And this will be 5. So that's 12, 30, 31. They're at a virtual 4, 5, 6, 7 more. They're at 19 to 31. Do the opponents like to play Ultra? Not usually, but, you know, it's a pre-infinite ladder. They could. Oh, wow. Got me. What are these, Shauna? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. My assumption they'd make a big play on the left was not accurate. I think turn 1 Sam Wilson, Sir Plants, turn 1 Zabu. Nah, it doesn't, does it? Being able to know what location I'm playing it into potentially has value. I'd really appreciate it if people would stop asking me if I counted or if my play beat things I should be playing around. We're really more of a vibes-based economy this morning. It's how the tariffs are decided. It's how we're gonna play Marvel Snap. Just let me be. Jeff the grown-ass shark. Yeah, basically. I will say, also with movers is fun. It's been a while since I played that. Kind of a flip, depending on where they play forward, where our cards go. I think I like my first slide. Hopefully they play for the right. Yeah, the Moonhand deck's definitely my favorite thing I've played so far this season. Combines a lot of things I enjoy doing. And our opponent played nothing in the location we abandoned. Yep. It's so hard to not feel like... It's so hard to not feel like you got cheated in games like this. Just... the very Marvel Snap content creator instinct to be like, they're cheating. Just feels so atrocious that they, like, have no business staying in a game where they have this few points in 2 of the locations. And we lose because they just did nothing in one of the spots where we did nothing. This didn't have an efficient way to spread points everywhere. Fat Astronaut, thanks for the 10 months. Welcome back. Yeah, I mean, like, there's like a 0% our previous opponent was ghosting us, chat. The reality is most people don't care about the cubes. They were only playing for 2 cubes. They made a bad loose play and stayed because it ultimately doesn't matter. Like, 99.9% of the time when you hear a content creator complain about getting ghosted in Marvel Snap, they're just a salty, bitter shitter. Our curve lines up pretty well here. To go. Go ahead and pull Kitty into here while putting this over here. Yeah, a lot of the... It's weird how... I actually think, and I've talked about this before, but I think it's deeply and incredibly insulting to a lot of people that play this game how normalized it is to accuse your opponents of screen sniping. Because it's like, you're basically saying, I don't think my opponent could beat me without having an unfair advantage. And it's very belittling to the people that they're playing against. Keith, thanks for the 22 months. Welcome back. Whatever. I get helleted and die. That's how Marvel Snap works. Gore and Ghost Rider.
Minions to me.
Victory.
Wait, did we win? I won! That's exciting! Look at Captain Carter, chat! Yay, Captain Carter! She was a 418. Look at her. You go, girl. Don't let all those content creators saying you need a buff keep you down. I mean, you do need a buff. You kind of suck, but you were sweet in that game. Lift with the legs. Beat that infant up by 1 point. Is she too good as a 3-2? I think she's probably too good as a 3-2, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see her go to 4-4, but yeah, I think she's probably cracked at 3 energy. Being able to surf for her is nuts. Yeah, I think she reads to me as a card that's incredibly difficult to balance correctly. At this, we tag Dazzler. I'm probably not going to be able to trigger Elsa anyways, so I think this is fine. I kind of want to fit a Nightcrawler in this deck to have another cheap card. Iron Patriot's been kind of bad. Is it crazy to cut Iron Patriot for Nightcrawler? Mitsu, thank you for the membership on the YouTube side. I appreciate it. We get Nocturners. You know, I need more cheap cards. Need more cards with low costs, I think. So this is... This is 7 here, up to 15. And then this is 13 up to 28. Does a shield buff Captain Carter? Not directly, but it helps you fill her lane. Oh, they're a Spectrum deck. I think we lose the Breaker, yeah? We're tied on the right? Damn. I didn't think they'd be on Spectrum and Thanos, but I guess that makes sense. It's a thing that deck used to do. I couldn't type fast enough. I mean, even if you could type to me, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to stay in there. I liked Big Deck Snap when it was novel with Thanos. But I really am not a fan that there's so many different bigger than 12 card decks in this game now. It makes the snapping and retreating mechanic a lot worse. Because it's no longer, oh, I'm supposed to make a statistically good play here and leave because they're likely to have it. It's, oh, it's a coin flip and I'm supposed to make them have it and lose my cubes. It changes the dynamic on this is certain or not certain, right? See what this is, if our Red Guardian works here or not. The Red Guardian working on their shield would be big game. It does, okay. Them being able to copy their spells is also good for them, though. If I win, no, so... Okay, so I think I want to do this, so that way I can go Captain Carter here, and then I can play the copied Carter here and have her at all 3 lanes, yes? Final answer. Our opponent is also a Thanos deck? No, they're not a Thanos deck. Never mind, ignore me. Or Nagamoto deck. I was about to say we have to worry about Reality Stone, but we actually don't. Now we have to do this, I think. These locations are just so good for their spells. Did they do the new economy stuff yet? They've announced some of the details of the impending new economy stuff, but none of it's implemented yet. It's either the end of this month or the start of June is the plan. And if you check out the Hoaglandia Snap channel, I have a video reviewing what we know so far. That means I can't move the shield to the center, so I lose part of my Captain Carter bonus there. Oh, and they cloned Enchantress, so they're going to get to Enchantress both my Captain Carters. Yeah. Good call. That one doesn't do a whole lot for us. Sabu had one's dice, though, with 2 of our 4s are next. So I was going to say all of our 4s, that I was like, oh yeah, Sokovia took Carter away. Playing Sam against Scream is so demoralizing. Ooh, we have priority here. So you have to go ahead and remove Scream's text, which is nice. And then there's no reason to play the baby land shark here, because no matter what I draw next turn, I can play land shark plus. So... Well, there were 3 decent draws in my deck, plus Kitty Pryde, so here we are. Oh. This beats Cannonball anywhere, yeah. This loses... The problem is this loses to Magneto left. This beats Magneto left. It beats Cannonball anywhere. I think it's this. This beats Magneto and Cannonball most places. Any thoughts on the Trump tariffs? I unblocked my Trump-loving relative to send him a happy Liberation Day text messages because his home business runs entirely on imports and exports out of China. So at least I have one silver lining that there's some personal suffering being doled out to at least one person I don't feel great towards. But otherwise, no, yeah, just a big, giant, terrible mess. It's a shame. It's a shame the leopards are gonna eat all of our faces along with them. But it is what it is. Did they respond? I really didn't want to experience a response, so I sent the message and then added them back to the block list, so I didn't have to hear about it. I'll have 6 energy next turn, which lets me play this.
Clear for takeoff.
I kind of wish this was Nightcrawler instead of Kitty Pryde, huh? I don't have priority here. I'm short 1 point. What do I think of this? 17 might not hold on the left, but I get a 7 power Carter in the middle, which means she's effectively 14. I guess this is worth limping in for. I haven't triggered Otto's lab yet, which could be a complication, yeah. Oh, man. How many times this morning do you think we're going to have a flip and our opponent's just going to 0% one of the lanes and beat us? It just feels so bad every time. I'd rather lose a Misty coin flip, honestly. Feels so terrible to just have that turn 6 flip and lose it every time. I think the one thing that I haven't heard talked about enough yet with the tariffs that's almost assuredly going to be true because capitalism is that once these tariffs raise the costs of consumer products, those products are never going back to their pre-tariff prices in most cases. These companies are going to simply leave their prices high because you'll be used to paying them. So if they go up by 20, 30, 40%, sure, when the tariffs drop off, they might come down by like 10 or 15% if we're lucky. But they're 100% just it's gonna be exactly what happened with the price ups during COVID, right? Like that's part of what fueled inflation was greed. It wasn't inflation driven, it was greed driven. The price went up, and then it stayed up because it made more money for it to stay up. So this isn't just a short-term thing. It's gonna get fixed and be better. It's everything's going to cost more in perpetuity. I will say I've really enjoyed Sam Wilson's shield alongside Elsa Bloodstone. It is insane to me that this card still doesn't give +3. I feel like I've spent the last eternity asking for this card to give a slightly bigger bonus. If I play these, we're definitely drawing a Vibranium next turn. Is that okay? I think so. I could move this and Jeff here and go Vibranium, and then Kitty here. And punt the center. Yeah, cool. Am I beating Spectrum on the left, though? I guess is a question. Spectrum puts them to 11. And then a Doombot puts them to 13. And I'm going to 14. I'm beating Spectrum on the right by 1 point. Oh, I'm beating it by 3 points. I counted Doom 2099 as ongoing. He's not ongoing. He's a triggered ability. Okay, so we were more than covered there. Cool. Counting's busted, shit. Which teams have you been playing in Dark Legion? I mostly just been playing the Justice League group that they kind of spoon feed you with the Superman banner. I bought Shazam and Flash. They're pretty all right. We've got a few cards that can get into there. We'll see if our opponent does as well or not. Oh, this is actually our first Airship opponent since we started laddering this season. Mysterio is bugged with Captain Carter, yeah. It's not consistent either. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. against a normal opponent, I would snap here because our Rocket and Groot's gonna get triggers in the hub with these other two locations. But my rule of thumb is just try not to ever play for more than 2 cubes against Aeroshim because it's too frustrating too. We're in a good position. Legion snap. Yep. Yep, should have left. Alright, I had to take a breather, we had to take an ad break, we're gonna try and keep playing. But probably Pokemon soon, I think. It is nice to have 2 games, so when one of them's kind of mediocre, we can play the other one. I was hoping to record 3 deck highlights this morning, but I think we're gonna get like 1.5 is what it's feeling like. The games have not been particularly high quality. I think the weeks Marvel Snap releases new ongoing cards are consistently the worst for their metagames. It's not a coincidence that Doom 2099 was the card that spawned my Marvel Snap break last time. Anytime Super Scroll is remotely a playable card, I think Marvel Snap's metagames are at its absolute worst. It's really hard to know exactly how the economy changes are going to impact the game because we don't know the exact numbers and how many more cards are going to be releasing, Marcelo. I think the only thing we could say with certainty about the upcoming Snap economy change is they're going to be explicitly structuring it to encourage people to try and get every card by offering a discount if your collection complete. Which is an interesting approach. You'll still be able to get cards as you get them now at the same price, but you'll get a discount if you're getting them at random. And it's only ideal to get them at random if you're getting everything, yeah? Rand the Mad. Thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. They didn't move their shields. Okay. Elsa. Elsa? I guess it's not even that useful, because if I'm getting the Elsa bonus, I'm not getting the Captain Samuelson bonus. I do this, I can do this. Is Sam Wilson the most ubiquitous card they've made since the original Chavez? Seems like he's in every deck. I mean, he's played less than Shang-Chi. Yeah, he just has a lot of synergies, is his thing. The Rocket and Groot here will be real solid for us, yeah. Well, let's move into the Miniaturized Lab next turn. He's a heavy synergy card. He's extra prevalent right now because like he has synergy with both of the cards they released this week. There's so many ways this could play out. Actually, you know what? I think I'm probably supposed to put Carter here, because I think we're way over them here, so I think I want extra points here. This makes Carter effectively be 10 points here on the right. Counterplays them playing something big. So if they play something big here, I'm at 6, 12, 15 already, and Rocket and Groot is taking shots. So I think I want to put Captain Carter here. She'll go up to 5 from Elsa, and then she'll give Elsa 5. Iceman, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Heard about the economy change and came back after you're off. I wish they'd give us more details to know whether to spend or save keys. We actually have enough information to know what to do with your keys. So if you're only going for one card in a given week, you're better off using tokens. But it's still better to use keys if you're getting a rate of at least one card or 2 keys per card. So each of your keys are going to be worth 3,000 collector's tokens. So spending 2 keys to get one 6,000 token card is still a worthwhile endeavor. But if you're looking at a week and there's only one card you want in that Spotlight Cash week, you should spend tokens instead, because if there's only one card that you want, it's going to take you on average 2.5 keys to get it. 6,000 tokens might be arguably better than a card, though, when snap packs launch. No, absolutely not. I'd be absolutely shocked if that's the case, Derek. At least not consistently. If you're willing to gamble, it sounds like if you want to take a random card, that's fine. But from a guaranteed perspective, that doesn't sound like I would expect that to be remotely the case. That's true. My example here assumes the other card you're going after is Series 5. That is accurate. Yes, you're going to get 3,000 tokens for every Spotlight key you currently have when the system changes, and then Spotlight keys are going away. Yes, there will be no more repeats under the new system. They said what happens to Spotlight variants. There won't be Spotlight variants anymore. So there are Spotlight variants data mined through June because they don't know when they're implementing the new system. So they are prepared in case the new system is not ready to roll out with the April patch. Might lose to one big thing on the right. If you're close to collection complete right now, it could make sense to not buy cards right now to get them cheaper in the snap packs later, sure. If you weren't going to play with the card anyways, you could do that. But also, like, keep in mind you're suggesting just, like, not buying cards, meaning you're not playing with them, so don't min-max the fun out of your game. It's like Doctor Doom. But they play on the left. Oh my gosh, the Red Guardian tagging Goliath is so good here. Why did they move the shield out? I'm so confused why I left an open spot. I'm sure. Very, very confused. Each snap pack has one unowned card of a particular set, plus 2 bonus rewards, which are either an extra card, a variant, or currency, tokens, boosters, or credits. Okay, I'm gonna give you the world's least spoiler. Most of the extra rewards from the snap packs are gonna be bunk. You know how you open a Pokemon Pocket Booster pack and 99% of the 99% of the time it's trash? That's what snap packs are going to be for the extras. Let's snap the bot. This is an AI. %99 of the time it'll be boosters. I don't know that they'll necessarily be that strictly booby-prized. But you could bet your bottom dollar that a significant portion of the time they'll be misses, yeah. There'll probably be credits in there with some consistency. It's probably a reasonable expectation to have. All right, we have all of the energy and nothing to do with it this game, unfortunately. Gwenpool's pretty sweet. Carter's going to be very large somewhere. I will say, I think this is a part of Captain Carter I've undervalued a little bit, which is to say she doesn't have to be in your front row to be good. Like, I feel like there are plenty of spots where you're like, all right, here's Captain Carter with one other thing in the back row. And it's huge, right? Yeah, like she's a 418. Actually, I should switch this. I should give her the Elsa bonus, and then she's a 422. And with Elsa, she's even better in the back row, right? So like you end her here, and then she gets another +2 that she shares. It's like a pretty reasonable rate to have over. Just doubles. Like, ideally, you could go nuts and, like, get the whole thing, but... So you can 3x her, but even just 2xing her in a lot of spots is very fine. Out of the loop, what does the back row mean? The back row refers to spots 3 and 4 in a location. They're not triggering Elsa anyways. I'm gonna build here. They probably can't get into Sanctum, yeah? Giving up 7 power Galacta might be a mistake, but it's my mistake to make. My next play is getting zeroed. This is an 8 power Captain Carter, so she had 16 to the center, taking us to 30. We're gonna tie a Scar and then lose the breaker. Damn. Close. I don't think I could have maneuvered more points into here anywhere. I could also have their Sam Wilson, but I have mine, so I'm gonna press the button. I think I want to play Hope over here, so that way I can play my movers into her path and end them in Kunlun. If I do this, it gives me 8 energy on the last turn, which allows me to play Galacta and Carter. Oh, their Super Scroll lets them move the shield because it has my Sam Wilson. That's kind of funny. What do you think of this? It lets their Super Scroll give an extra 4 in the center, but my Carter is huge, yeah? Galacta would be 7 over here, so it'd be at 19. They're getting 5 up to... Yeah, I think that's the play. This deck list plays a lot of cards I like. It unironically felt better once we cut Iron Patriot and put Nightcrawler as their cheap card that could move around. Sam Wilson continues to be just one of the best enablers in the game. Definitely feel good about putting him in the buy this category in our last series 4-5 tier list. Elsa ongoing. There's just so many things where, like, yep, he's not only a generically good 2, but he's a generically good 2 that has synergy impacts. If you are missing him in your collection, making him a priority to get your what's it called? That's good. Would you play Mysterio in this deck when they fix the bug? I don't know. I kind of feel like you would have to give up like Red Guardian or Jeff, and both of those were pretty good in different spots. This deck was playing out in a way where we weren't playing to all 3 locations in most games. I think if you wanted to play Mysterio in a similar core, you probably where was it? We played this on the first day and it was fine. It's got some similar ideas, but also different in a few key ways. So Mysterio doesn't currently always get the bonus from Captain Carter. So if you want to see some gameplay with this, I think this is reasonable. It has all right stats despite Captain Carter not always working with Mysterio, but there's some key functional differences here versus this build trying to play Kitty Pryde with Hope Summers. We're doing some similar, but also some different. All right, we're gonna do one more Marvel Snap deck. I haven't decided what, but I'm gonna run and grab my lunch really quick while this ad break rolls. And we're gonna do one more leg of Marvel Snap, and then we're gonna kick on over to Pokemon later this afternoon. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Don't go anywhere.